The second learning objective in section 5.3 is to calculate the marginal distribution of a variable from a contingency table. The marginal distribution just consists of the row and column totals for the different categories. So let's look at this simple contingency table given in this first example here, where we're just needing to complete the table to compute the frequency marginal distribution. So I'm going to add up the values along each row and within each column to get the marginal frequencies. So 35 plus 50, we can probably do that in our head, but let me just bring up GeoGebra. 35 plus 50 gives us 85. 30 plus 50 is 80. 30 plus 80 is 110. And again, you can do these in GeoGebra or using a calculator if you would like. Then let me show the actual calculation for this first row marginal frequency. So I'm going to do 35 plus 30 plus 30, and that gives me 95. And then if you calculate 50 plus 80, you'll get 180. And then in this last cell here, we're going to add up all of the marginal frequencies. So let me show that. Let's get rid of what I've done so far. Let's first add up the row marginal frequency. So 85, the column marginal frequency. So I'm adding up the values in this bottom row, plus 110, and I get 275. And let's also add up the row marginal frequencies. So this last column here of values, 95 plus 180, and notice that also equals 275. That should always be the case. And that 275 gives us the total sample size, the total number of individuals or observational units that were included in this contingency table. Here's one more example. The following data represent the living situation of newlyweds in a large metropolitan area and their annual household income. What is the marginal frequency for newlyweds who rent their home? So rent their home is this second row. So I need to include all of those individuals along the rent home row. So I'll do this in GeoGebra, and let me change what my window looks like so that I can see the data and the calculation. So I'm going to add up all of the values that are along the rent home row. So 67 plus 66 plus 52 plus 23 plus 11, and that gives me 200. Oops, I added one thing wrong. There we go. Let's change this to 52 as it should be. And there, my values now all match up, and my marginal frequency for newlyweds who rent their home is 219. And what is the marginal frequency for newlyweds who make 35 to 50,000? The 35 to 50,000 is this middle column here, and so again, we will add up the values in that column. That's 202 plus 52 plus 30, and that gives us 284, which is the marginal frequency for newlyweds who make $35,000 to $50,000.